I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to think less and manifest more, which is going to help you to lead into effortless manifestation, which I'm going to get to how that connects to the 80-20 rule in just a little bit here. But I personally believe that far too many people put way too much significance on what they're thinking, but not about the state that they're in. I'm going to share with you how to remove this myth of you need to be thinking all day to manifest what you want and putting all this significance on the thoughts. Make your life a lot easier and get into a space where you can manifest what you want quite literally effortlessly, or more effortlessly. But for me, I like to do it as effortlessly as possible. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell because I do actually post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally or join my group program that is coming up very, very soon, hit the link that's in the description box of this video. It's also going to be in the comments of this video as well for all the details that you need on both of those things. Now, the first thing that I want to share with you in this video is to stop prioritizing, in my opinion, what you're thinking, the content of what you're thinking, but how you're thinking. So the place that you're coming from, this is absolutely critical, because when you put so much importance and persistence on the thinking, oftentimes what can happen is people get hypnotized and lost in their own manifestation, and they lose their sovereignty and their own freedom and consciousness. And to me personally, that's unacceptable. It's absolutely critical, at least for me personally and my values. I don't know what your values are. Everybody has different values, but people value money. People value relationships. People value things. I value all those things, and I believe that every single person deserves to have these things. But my number one value, and I live by this, and I walk the walk, I don't just talk the talk. I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I fell off and I realized that I thought that I didn't value this, but life continually brings me back to a similar space where my number one value is my state of consciousness. If my state of consciousness is not where I want it to be, I'm not interested in manifesting because my power is low. So what I've personally come to realize is that what I care about most is the place that I'm coming from. And it's so ironic because when we lose ourselves in the manifestation, what happens is that life will be smart enough to take it away from you and you'll lose the manifestation because life can see that you're immature. If you want to manifest all the things that you want in your life and sustain those manifestations in the long term and have what you want for the rest of your life, whatever you want, health, relationships, money, you have to be mature enough to manage your well-being because health is wealth. If you don't manage your health, if you don't manage your state of consciousness and train yourself, I believe this is a skill. I have multiple courses on this. I have over 600 videos on YouTube on this. I have one-on-one coaching programs. I have many things on YouTube teaching. I wholeheartedly believe this. If you don't manage your state of being, things are going to fall apart in your life. The matrix, if you believe that you care about the matrix more than your sovereignty, then you lose yourself in the matrix and you're not even going to be able to have the things that you want within the matrix. So what's the point? There is no point. The key is to prioritize what you care about most. Now again, am I here to tell you what you should value? Absolutely not. If you genuinely believe that you care about money more than your state of consciousness, then go get money and lose yourself in the money. And I'm not even saying that in a way to say oh yeah, just go do what you want, but I'm saying go test it. But I promise you, you will learn your lesson in that space and you'll find that the lesson you'll learn is that you have what you think you want, yet you don't feel how you want to feel. And to me personally, listen, you can value what you want, but I'm gonna value my state of consciousness over anything else. And you know what's funny is that I always get what I want, always. There's been no exceptions in my life. Every single time I value my state of consciousness, I always get what I want, I keep it, and I feel how I want to feel. Now, the second thing that I want to share with you in this video is to build your spiritual power. That's what you want to do if you want to think less and to manifest more and get into effortless manifestation. And this is going to bring me to the 80-20 rule in just a moment here. See, you can get 80% of your results in your life from 20% of the effort. It is not about how much effort you put in. It's not about the persistence. I don't believe it's about persistence and putting in all the effort. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I believe that when you build your spiritual power and you build your life force energy in a particular way, what begins to happen is that you can think one thought and it's going to manifest for you. In fact, you can think it one time, snap your fingers, let it go, and you'll have it. I'll never forget when I was with one of my friends in Costa Rica, he's just snapping his fingers. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to manifest this, manifest that. Because his life force energy, once you get your life force energy in a particular way, you don't need to be thinking all the time to get what you want. It's a myth. It's a myth. It's not about what you're thinking, it's about the power behind what you're thinking. So whatever you need to do to build your spiritual power, I highly encourage you to do that. I like to do meditation. I don't meditate every single day, although I have been recently. There's been times where I stopped. But for me, I meditate every single day, but right now I'm not really attached to it. And meditate as much as needed. Sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes, sometimes I'll meditate for an hour, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes I'll meditate 3 times a day, sometimes I'll meditate once a day. But it's about trusting your deeper intelligence and knowing, are your power levels where you need them to be? Your spiritual power, your life force energy, your connection to your source. And you can actually feel this in yourself. You can feel when your power is low. If you feel that your power is low, sometimes I like to do cold showers. A cold shower rebuilds my energy. Then I do some meditation. Then I do a little bit of movement, light movement, and then my spiritual power is much higher. Now, once my spiritual power is much higher, then from that space, thinking is an act. Why would I take all these actions in the 3D when I can build my spiritual power, think one thought, set the intention, and then trust that it's going to come to me and manifest it way easier? Why would I spend all my time doing these things? Not to mention that I'm going to face the karmic consequences of controlling people and situations. And the consequence of that is I'm going to feel shitty. The person's going to feel shitty with me, and we're both not going to be able to sustain that reality together. So build your spiritual power. For me, meditation works, cold showers work, and it's not about what, it's about what you need to do. If spinning around in a circle and doing chants and mantras and jumping up and down build your spiritual power, then do that. If jumping on a trampoline builds your spiritual power, then do that. Obviously, there's known practices like meditation, and I have multiple courses on this, and I teach all these things in my coaching programs. But I believe the key is to trust your deeper intelligence to build that spiritual power. Of course, the practices work, but they may not be what you need at that time, and it might not work for you. And it will, but it might not help you. It might not work for you because you might need to get to that point where they actually work for you, because you need to go one step at a time to be able to build your spiritual power. If you feel like meditation's too much for you, you might need to focus on something else that works personally for you. So I encourage you to trust your deeper intelligence. But again, these practices do work, but they might not work for you specifically, so you need to gauge what you need in that moment. Now, the third thing that I want to share with you in this video, just to conclude this video, is to care about your consciousness and your state more than the manifestation. Okay, more than the manifestation. And most people fail to do this. They completely fail to do this, and it's counterintuitive. Because you think that if you hyper focus on what you want, you're going to get what you want. But think about it. When you hyper focus on a relationship, how does that make a person feel? They literally want to block you. They don't want to be in your presence. When you hyper focus on getting that sale in that business, I really want this sale, and you get angry that it's not working, what happens? You lose the sale. Why is this the case? Because life is counterintuitive. So you would think that if you push and persist and push as much as possible with your manifestations, you'll get them, right? That's what you think, right? You think that if you just keep keep pushing. That's the best way to get things in life, right? Absolutely not. It is not the case if you test it. If you test it, what you'll find is that very counterintuitively, the more that you push with your energy, if you push really hard, and it's how hard you push, right? You'll find that the opposite is the case, and that you never get what you want. Most fail this. 99% of people fail this. You have to get to a point where you're wise enough to understand that it's not about how hard you push. It's about the alignment that you get into and how you feel. It doesn't mean that you don't face your fears, by the way. I get this all the time. It's like, oh, so if I care about how I feel, it's about ignoring all my negative emotions, right? Absolutely not. It's about facing your fear right in the eye, but not being affected by it and learning to control your state completely. Controlling your state means that you're going to have to still overcome all those fears. It means that you're going to have to overcome all of those resistances and get on the other side of those. But I just like to think about it in a way where it's not about facing the fear, it's about overcoming the fear and getting on the other side. Essentially, it's the same thing. You're still facing the fear. I just like to communicate it in a way where you're getting on the other side of those fears and getting into that state, which is in a way an imagination. You're imagining yourself into this higher state of being. And that in of itself is a manifestation. It's just a different type of manifestation. Personally, what excites my soul and spirit is to manifest states of being where I can effortlessly manifest. That's just what excites me, right? I don't care just about what I manifest, because I can do that. I know how to manifest. I can manifest so many things, and I've manifested everything that I've wanted, doing it in a hard way. That's why I like to manifest things, and I manifest everything that I want to in an easy way, because it's more exciting to me. That's just the space that I'm in. At some point, you know that you can manifest everything that you want in the 3D, but it stops becoming fun for you because you don't feel how you want to feel. I care about both. My value system is how I feel and getting what I want. But again, the irony of this all is that if you get what you want in a 3D and you sacrifice your life force energy and your sovereignty and your consciousness and how you feel, in my experience, it's never sustainable. You don't feel how you want to feel, and you're going to end up losing it. This is why 99% of lottery winners lose their money in the first year. Why is this the case? Because they don't know how to sustain it. They don't have the proper skills and the proper understanding of energy in order to sustain those manifestations. That is the truth. That is the absolute truth. And if you don't accept that, you'll learn the consequences of that and come back to this video perhaps in a couple of years and be like, maybe he was onto something, or however long it takes you. Now, what I want you to understand is that, again, caring about how you feel is not about running away from your fears. It's about just having your value system in place. What do you care about? Know what you care about. When you know what you care about, you're gonna stop chasing things. You're gonna be mature enough to focus on how you feel, and then you'll get the manifestation anyways. And with that, I conclude this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, join one of my one-on-one coaching programs where I can go a little bit deeper into how to do all these things specifically, or how to point your intelligence in a way that you need to do it for yourself. Or if you want to join my group coaching program that is coming up soon. Both of the details for both of those things are going to be in the comments of this video and in the description box of this video as well. Also, as always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.